Myself, I want to know God, like I want to know him in that way. Father, I know he's giving me strength all now. I know he's giving me strength all now when they say this. So okay, like, you know, what is this? Like, what is this? Just get off Discord. All together, get off Discord. I don't need no ride, thank y'all. I don't need no ride, thank y'all. Hey everyone, my name is Brandon, and if you know, Hey y'all, Editing Brandon here. Just wanted to let you know the audio dips in a few spots in the video. I'm adding some captions to help you follow along. Thanks for sticking with me and enjoy. I used to have a channel and I used to put some videos out there, but today I'm starting all over again with the Lord. So today is going to be a testimony video and a notebook with just a few notes, but welcome everyone. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about my childhood and let's talk about like my background. I grew up in a Christian home. My mom, my dad believe in God. And as a child, like I don't know, I feel like this was really broad, but back then I didn't really know. I knew that God was real, like I just knew God was real. It was just a strong feeling in my heart that the Lord is real. And also what really stood out to me as a child was my mom always telling me that she prayed and she asked God for 2 boys, my brother and I. And basically God did that, like he really did that. So yeah, so I definitely remember that a lot. But I know for sure that I always knew that God was real. Also, when I was young, I used to live with my granddad, and where we lived was more in the countryside. And we used to go to church, I remember that. And also when we moved, basically, we stopped going for a little bit. And I remember my mom saying, let's start going back and everything. We were like, okay, cool. That really is like my childhood. I definitely remember it as a child. Just feeling very lonely as a child. I remember that. Feeling lonely in school. I used to feel like even though I had friends that, you know, thought were close and everything, I just used to feel alone at times. I used to feel very unseen at times. And I remember I used to also feel just like kind of insecure about certain things and just outside compared to the rest of my classmates. I felt different. Let's now talk about how I really got to know God. It was 2020 in the month of November, and I saw this girl who was a teen like me. Well, yeah, I think I was around 12, 13, but she was around my age. She was a teen. She was a young person just like me. And I remember she was preaching and she was talking about God. And I was like, wait a minute. Like after that, it just really inspired me to get to know God for myself. And I said to myself, I want to know God. Like I want to know him in that way. So I remember I think praying, like, I don't remember exactly, but I know that I see God. Like I sought him. I sought God more. And I remember I had this little prayer book and I used to love prayer and stuff. Of course, I was really trying to, the sanctification process was starting. I was trying to, of course, find my way to get closer to the Lord than to be in the world and to be mixed into things that I shouldn't, and definitely made some mistakes. I want to talk about that right now. So let's talk about mistakes and just coming off from being a lukewarm Christian into a born-again Christian that wants to really know the Lord. I remember I used to like Discord. My cousin was on there, and it's like an app if you don't know. I remember at the time I used to like watching She-Ra, the animated one, and the animated one that was like special on Netflix, had in like gay couples, tons of gay couples, a lot of things that as a child of God now I know that maybe I should not have been watching But yes, so I joined a server that was based on Shira, and there was like a lot of people from the LGBTQ community in that server and stuff. And I used to join a lot of different servers. It was just like in a place. I was kind of in a place that I should not been in. Like I went in this other server, and I was getting close to some adults, and at the time I was 13 and they were adults, and we're talking, and I felt very much close to them at the time. Like we used to tell each other good night, and you know, I was especially really close to this one girl who was black like me, and honestly, she like, I think some of them were I think she was pansexual, and just these environments that I shouldn't really have been in as a child of God. I remember like telling them, because also we're gonna talk about something that I kind of like forgot about really. Like I knew what happened, but I feel like I kind of forgot about it, and we're gonna talk about that as well. So also between doing Discord and everything, I thought that because I remember I was coming out of the world and these worldly mindsets, these worldly thoughts, these things that were not of God, and trying to be better for the Lord. So this was definitely my baby Christian stage. It's very much lukewarm, really trying now to really find my ground, my firm foundation in the Lord. So at that time also, I thought that I was either bisexual, homosexual. That I was so confused, and the devil really thought, because he really thought he had me. Because when I tell you I thought I was homosexual or bisexual, I genuinely did. I genuinely, like, Father, I know he's giving me strength all now. I know he's giving me strength all now when they say this. I used to watch those thirst traps with guys, and I used to, you know, on TikTok, on Thriller, those type of things. And I used to watch them over and over and over. And the homosexuality, bisexuality, I just really thought it was that. I remember, because I'm gonna connect. I'm getting there, y'all. I have a point, so I'm connecting this to the Discord server. But yeah, so I remember I went to summer camp. And I met this boy, right? And he was honestly a chill guy. Like, he was nice and everything, but I feel like they started to get I think he did as well, because we used to do some sus things. I think, like, as in, it was just things that was like kind of flirtatious, and you could tell, okay, like, you know, what is this? Like, what is this? And so I thought, you know, I was there thinking, okay, I think he likes me too. So basically, connections back to the Discord server, I used to talk to them about him, and I used to tell them how I liked him and how to run, if I should, you know, shoot my shot. And I used to express how I was having all these, like, all the homosexuality, the bisexuality, and then the lustful thought. Yeah, the devil was really trying to do his one too there, his big one. But the Lord really pulled me out of that. The Lord really did show up. The Lord really did show up. He is so good. But yeah, so I was having lustful thoughts about him, and I used to tell them how I liked him a lot, and how I want to do this thing and that thing with him. So after a while, because they used to, like, at times really be blasphemous to the name of God. So I was like, I think that I should stop talking to them. To be very honest, at a point I felt in my heart, okay, I need to stop talking to them. I need to just get off Discord altogether. Get off Discord altogether, because I just felt in my heart, and I know it was, honestly, I know it was God that it's time to let this go. It's time to let this go. These people, because I used to be on there all the time online. I used to be on there all the time. I used to even make my own servers and stuff. And I remember the friend group that I had on Discord. I was just like, no, like, God asked me, God talking about God in this way, and God out here with Nicki Minaj on, like, Mary Candle. Like for me, I was like, no, I don't need no ride, thank y'all. I don't need no ride, thank y'all.
I don't need no ride, thank y'all. Not they trying to pick me up.
So I basically just blocked all of them. I left the group chat that we had because we had a server and we also had a personal group chat we was talking. I blocked them, I left, and I was just like, no. So with the homosexuality, let's go back to that. With the homosexuality and bisexuality and stuff, y'all, like, especially this one, the same guy I was like, I really felt like I was kind of in a way in a chokehold, like that. Honestly, I felt like that crush or whatever was just so it was kind of obsessive. Like it honestly, I think it kind of was obsessive in a certain way because I used to be stalking and just like, what is he doing? This and that. I remember, like, he also knew my cousin, and I remember he was saying how he liked my cousin, and y'all, I really felt heartbroken. I really felt like, oh, and I'm like, me now. I'm like, no, God has more for you. It's honestly crazy for me to think about, and in a way, y'all, I'm really trying to be transparent, of course, because I know that this is for somebody, and I'm believing in faith that this is for someone. Honestly, it was just a lot. Even talking right now, I'm being reminded of things that happened, and I'm like, oh yeah, that happened. With all of that, I honestly thought that I was gay, I was bisexual, and I really thought, okay, I need to tell my parents, like, if this is who I am, if this is who I'm supposed to be, let me tell my parents. So I remember talking to my cousin about it because we were extremely close, because we used to live like really close to each other in the same area, literally same street. So we used to hang out, and I was just like talking to her. I was telling her, I should tell my parents about this, and I was really nervous, and she was like, oh, I can be there if you want. And I was just like, okay, I need to tell my parents, because y'all, even though I like the same boy, I used to feel like I tried to really easily to like other guys, or maybe guys that I knew personally, and it was just like so many, I guess, crushes. But the same guy I was telling you, he was like the main one for that same evening. Y'all, I was so nervous. I was genuinely so afraid. I was like, what are they gonna think? What are they gonna think? Especially with my dad, I was like, what is he gonna think? And I was so nervous, and I was like, I was gonna tell y'all, I was just fiddling with my thumbs, like, I was gonna tell y'all. And my mom was like, you're scaring me, Brian, like, just tell me. So I told them that I think I'm either, gay or bisexual, and I think that, how I like, boys and stuff, and it was this long convo, very much a long conversation. Honestly, they were just trying to tell me, that just because you may feel this way doesn't mean that you're gay. So yeah, that was honestly a pretty hard night for me, because I remember feeling so anxious, and then after that, felt emotionally drained, tired of that. And y'all, I just want to put this in there, that this is how the devil really just encapsulates you and tricks you and blinds you, because he is going to use ways, all these different things. Like with me, I thought that, maybe with how I am, like my antics and stuff, that, that also kind of makes me gay. Like maybe that's what also makes me gay. No, this is who God made me, and just because my voice may not be as deep as an average guy or whatever. So yeah, the devil really tries to trick you. He really does, and especially when you are not close to God or don't know God in that firm foundation sense, he is going to put those lies in your head. He's going to put those lies in your head. And just authentic. Like, this is your authentic self. This is you. No, it's not. And I'm happy that God helped me realize that it was not me, because y'all, I would have been on a completely different path than where I am right now with the Lord. I would be on a completely different path. Completely. I don't even know where I would be. I don't. Genuinely. Let's also talk about another thing that I used to engage in a lot, and that is anime. Now, hold on, before y'all attack me, this was honestly something that God was leading me to do, like, to stop watching it. Because the animes I used to watch, and I used to love the animes that I used to watch, just had some lewd things, at times the violence. Honestly, some parts were very demonic. Like, some parts were like, you're like, and just like lustful, all these different things, especially with the anime and stuff. I used to like anime guys as well. Genuinely, I used to like watching Hunter x Hunter, My Hero Academia, all these other ones. I used to watch a lot, and God was just showing me that, and I also stopped consuming. And consuming doesn't only mean eating, it also means things that you watch, things that you do, your habits. And I basically, like, also at that time, because I used to, when I first gave my life to Christ around 13, like, literally, I used to be watching tons of different things. I used to love Friends too. And now, whenever I think about it as a child of God, like, Friends has a lot of sex, has a lot of, like, just inappropriate moments, a lot of things were just like, yeah. So, yeah, I used to love watching Friends too, but I just knew that the Lord was telling me, like, fix your eyes on me. So, yeah, throughout this, because I was 2020, it's 2025 now, and I gave my life to Christ November. Like, I didn't actually know this, but God told me, like, November 8th. The Lord has really transformed me, like, with the homosexuality, the bisexuality thing. Like, honestly, He's really helped me with that. He's helped me to know that that's not who I am, and that, anyway, honestly, He honestly helped me to realize that it's very spiritual. It's not only a natural thing. And some people are not ready for this. Sometimes it really is a demonic thing, and not really knowing who God says you are, and that's why you engage in certain things. And y'all, I really did find out that homosexuality is a spirit, and that honestly it's more dangerous than some people think. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please stay along with me with this journey of starting back YouTube. And I would really like to just give all go to God. Let's try and bonus, come on here, and start this platform back up again. So yeah, I love y'all. Bye.